Hastings park run today. I've got a pacer, Mr. Matthews, and I've got a brand new pair of Vaporfly 3s on my feet. Never worn before, not even for the warm-up. So I'm quite excited just to see what's possible today.
Well done, Lewis.
Thank you, Marshall. So I've got a good warm-up in, done my dynamic stretches, got myself in a good position on the start line, made sure I didn't go off too fast. I think we felt like we were in about 40th place at this point because everyone goes crazy at the start line. Don't get drawn in by that. So first K, perfect, 3:55. I've also got myself a pacer, something I said last week, if you can find someone running at your speed, utilise that. So absolute massive shout out to Jack Matthews. He was doing a half marathon session today and his half marathon pace is the same as my 5k pace, 6:20 a mile, 3:50 a kilometre, so it worked out really, really well. Jack's been running awesome, he's one of my runners, he's on my team. In case you don't know, I'm a running coach, working with about 50 runners locally. Jack recently knocked 4 minutes off his half marathon time, running 1:24 in Brighton, and he's had 2 PBs at parkrun in the last month. And next week he'll be taking on Brighton Marathon and I've no doubt he's going to smash it. Also shout out to Stu Johnson down the right, he has a PB of 18:38. He tucked in with us today, and also Ben McCallion, who was, I think he was doing 4 times 5k marathon pace, so he was very supportive. Bit of a legend there on the left, Kevin Blowers, in the MV60 category. He joined us for the most part until his shoelace came undone. But Kev, brilliant runner, good for age for Boston next month with a PB at parkrun of 19:03. Great bloke as well. If you see Kev at a race, go and have a chat. Conditions today were great, as you can see, perfect blue sky. We had a bit of wind on the way back, probably about 10 miles an hour coming off the northwest, so with the houses on the seafront it wasn't actually that too bad, but it was noticeable. Back on the summer course as well, we're running on the lower prom, past a very popular goat ledge, lovely colours, absolutely. I mean, Hastings Park Run looks bloody great today, doesn't it? Come down and give it a go if you've not tried it. A couple of weeks ago it was the fastest park run in England, and today shout out to Isabella Buchanan from High Runners. She ran 16:41. She's only 14 years old and she was the fastest female in the entire country. I mean, wow, that is impressive. Thank you. We also had Ross Skelton running today. You'll hear a little bit from him later in the interview. He ran 15:03 and he was the 3rd fastest male in the country. So yeah, this is a quick park run, especially if the wind's down. Coming along now in Bottle Alley. All I'd say on the lower prom in the summertime sometimes it gets a bit busy. You might see as there was a little cafe along this stretch where I actually managed to headbutt a pensioner once. I was running along, you had a queue on both sides, there was a tiny little gap to get through. As I went through the gap, his order was called, he stepped forwards and somehow we managed to headbutt each other. Oh dear, but we were both okay luckily. Anyway, just be careful of the busy crowds down here. You'll have to see Stu a few times dodging people. If they're walking in the same direction as you, there's no way they can see you coming, so give them the respect they deserve. Second K, 3:57, probably not as fast as we wanted, but sometimes Bottle Alley does play up with a GPS, so bear that in mind. It can play havoc. Right, we're coming up not far from the halfway point. You see some of the quicker runners coming the other way. Shout out to Will Withercombe there, winner of 21 park runs at different locations. Henry Burchett, sub 18 for the first time. Local football legends, Nicky Stiles ran a PB of 18:11. And you had Adam Davis from Howsham Harriers, also a PB of 18:01. It's just a case of, could I match these guys? They've had a great day. Can I find a PB of my own? So very close to the turnaround now. As I said last week in my tips, always thank the marshals. Yoki Richardson often at the turnaround point. Without these guys, this just would not go ahead. So show them your gratitude. On the way back, we've got Steve Stanley, Jimmy Alford, manager sub 20, another local football legend. Many years of Hastings United.
New PB for Amy Rodway as well, 20:42. Great running, Amy.
Also coming our way in a minute in the yellow, Hastings runner Bob White, 65 to 69 age category, ran a PB of 22:16. Inspiring stuff. It is. I mean, I'm 45 now, but if I can be running that pace in 20 years' time, wow, that'd be amazing. Great stuff, Bob. And also Sonny Pine, high runner, shout out for her with a PB of 22:18. What a day for PBs in Hastings. Can I add my name to that list? I have to say the first 2.5k on the way out wasn't too bad. I felt quite controlled. It was when we turned back into that wind, having Jack there in front of me to block the breeze was huge. Because right now the heart rate is going up, the RPE is climbing, definitely starting to work hard. And it was at this point I had a few moments of doubt where I could actually keep up with Jack, but all I needed to do was stick with his pace, and I knew I had a chance. Right, so we're coming up to the 3k split. I knew this was going to be important. We need to pick up a bit of pace after the last one. 3:53, game on, baby, come on. This was the moment my confidence grew. I knew that the PB was on. Just had to hold with Jack, keep working hard, dig deep. Remember to focus on my form, nice and tall, nice and relaxed. All the stuff I put in the video last week, it was all playing out in front of me. I just knew I needed to follow those tips, and this was going to happen. Bloody hate the 4th k of parkrun. Always ruins my run. So many times I've gone for a sub 20 and I've checked back at the end, and the 4th k 4:12, 4:16, especially at Hastings where it's normally back into the wind. So what's going through my head right now, this point of a 5k where it's hurting, it's not easy. For me, it's all about form. I know if I stay tall, if I keep my arms efficient, keep them moving at a high rate, my cadence is going to stay high, my ground contact will be light. That's the main thing in my head. I know I have to stay relaxed if I'm going to achieve my goal. As you see, we're catching up a group here, 3 of them in front. That's given us something else to focus on. Shows how well we're going, that we're catching up the runners who are just easing off a bit on the way back into the wind. Gave me a nice little lift as well. We're just coming up to the 4th k split, the one which normally lets me down. As Jack held his pace, what's it going to be? Ooh, nice, 3:55, that would do. Stu nearly took himself out on the railings. Nice little downhill there to build up its speed. That guy's had enough. Come on, mate, keep going. So we've got a kilometre to go, and in a minute you can pretty much see the finish. You can see the tall buildings, the flats down by Grosvenor Gardens, and that gives you a nice little boost. You know you're getting closer. I mean, from this point onwards, it's pretty much full send. And it's the best, I would say. We're giving it everything we got, emptying the tank. All those cliches that you hear on every single YouTube channel. But they're not wrong, guys, they're not wrong. Just sneaking past on the way back there was Grace Baker. She was the fastest female in England 2 weeks ago. In great form as well. Keep an eye on her. So again, what I would say, in these moments where it's tough, try and find your reason why, okay? This is not easy. The obvious thing to do is stop. So if you've got a reason to keep pushing, believe in yourself. For me, it's to inspire others. As a coach, I need to make sure I set a good example, so I cannot quit. If I quit, how can I expect anything different from my runners? So that works really well for me. So you can make yourself accountable to someone else, it's more likely to keep yourself pushing. Probably got about 400 metres to go from this point onwards, so it's just one lap of the track. That's all I tell myself, one more lap of the track. Everything you got. Jack, give me more encouragement. He's what a legend. Thank you so much. And as I tell my runners, there's always more in the tank. The anaerobic energy system doesn't need oxygen. It can last for 30 seconds. When you get to those last 100 metres, open your stride and really go for it. We've got a lovely little group here still. James here on the right, Stuart ahead, Jack on my left. When you cross over the path at Hastings, there's less than 200 metres to go. So right now I'm working my capacity. I'll let you listen to my breathing as I approach the line. Come on!
Come on! 100 metres. That's it. Keep digging. Keep digging. Keep going. Do it. Come on, mate. Go on, Simon.
Oh yeah.
I'm James, I'm from Seven Oaks, Kent.
James, and how many park runs have you done, James?
I must have come up to 200 park runs.
200, wow.
Yeah,
and what's your park run PB?
My park run PB is exactly today, 1917.
Today, amazing,
Yeah.
great stuff.
Yeah.
Beat me by a second, didn't you? Beat me by a second.
I did,
We had a nice finish.
You were pushing me all the way.
Check out the video.
Yeah.
What would you say your favourite park run is?
My favourite park run, well, I've got to say, like a day like this, Hastings is my
Got to
favourite
be
park run.
Hastings. And what about next? What would be your second best?
Pegwell Bay.
Pegwell Bay, okay.
Ramsgate.
Oh right, not done that. And I was going to ask how you got today, but we now know. So
Yes, we do,
and
yeah.
check out the video. Thank you so much for
Like a runner from Hastings.
And how many park runs you done, John?
Parkrun's, I think that's my 84th now, I think.
Oh,
something
nice.
Like that. Yeah.
And do you know what your park run PB is?
Currently 1920.
That's that's a bit slower than mine now after today.
Oh, you got it today?
Yeah, 1918.
brilliant, mate. Well, that's
Sorry,
it,
I had to mention that. What's your favourite park run is?
It's got to be Hastings, hasn't it?
Hastings, good one, isn't it?
Yeah, I've done Warsaw, but back in Power, but yeah, Hastings, yeah.
Hastings. And how did you get on today?
It was an end of a long run,
Yeah.
so I don't know how I've done. I've not really looked at the watch. I've just finished it as part of my long run.
It's your marathon training, aren't you?
Marathon training, that's it. Yeah,
Manchester. Check him out, guys. Baggy Runner on Instagram.
Alan G. Payne, I'm from Hove.
How you doing, Alan? How many park runs you done out?
Well, I'm quite new to the park runs, only about 20.
20, okay. And what's your favourite park run?
Well, it's going to be Hove on the front there.
Hove Promenade.
Hove Promenade, yeah.
Do you know where your park run PB is?
I think it's there, yeah. But I'm close to here, both 24:30.
Okay, and how did you get on today?
Well, then I did about 24:35.
Nice. So tell us what you did earlier in the year. Quickest MV70 marathon runner in the UK, was
That's
it?
true, yeah. I'm the top English guy for the marathon at 4:15 at the moment.
Nice. Love that.
That's good for me. And I'm
Brilliant
getting
stuff.
quicker.
Thanks, Al. Much appreciated. Name, where you from?
Phil Benton from Rye.
How many park runs you done, Phil?
This is 9, I think. Not
Nine.
Not
Give
many.
over. Seriously?
Yeah, no,
Only 9. I was going to say, what's your favourite park run? But you probably haven't done many.
I've only done it really.
You've only done Hastings?
Tunbridge and that, so yeah.
I need to sort that out. And what's your park run PB, do you know?
1942.
Oh, nice. That's pretty swift.
I've done it a few
And
times.
how'd you go on today?
Just enjoyed it, yeah. Just a progression run, so 7:25s in park run, and then I do a cool down now, so
And you're training for some
summer
speed
series,
work?
do some speed works and
Oh, nice. And what about, what's your Instagram? Get people to check you on Instagram.
Phil runs 2020.
Phil runs 2020. Thank you.
As Adam Holland,
From Hastings.
I'm from Hastings.
Yeah.
I joined Parkrun in 2019.
How many park runs you done, Adam?
Just over 100 now.
Just over 100.
Yeah, so 116 or 17
Oh,
park.
nice. And what's your favourite park run?
It's a bit of a mix. I've got a few. One name's Hastings.
Yeah.
One's Bedford. The other one is Ashford.
Oh, I like both of them. They're very good. And how'd you get on today?
Very good, very good. So up to nearly like the 32 minute mark.
Nice.
It's all good.
And how many times have you volunteered at parkrun? That's impressive as well. Do you know?
Done it over like just so similar ratio to the running. I did it just over 110.
110. Thank you very much.
Ross Skelton from Hastings.
And how many parkruns you done, Ross?
I really couldn't tell you, to be fair. Maybe, I don't know, 10 or so.
You don't come along that often, do you? Considering.
No, not that often. I mean, obviously it's a great spot to come and do a parkrun, especially when it's like this anyway.
Yeah. What is your favourite parkrun? Is this the only one you've done, or?
Yeah, I would say this is probably my favourite. I mean, yeah, I don't tend to do. I only kind of pick and choose when I do parkruns, whether it's like in preparation for a race.